Since today's episode of AfroMax focuses on new African crafters, we're taking a trip to one of Lagos's coolest districts, Onikon. And at its heart is the newly restored Onikon House, a creative hub where history and modern culture meet. But before we explore, let's see what else we've got coming up on the show today. We discover a Rwandan jeweler who's crafting new stories with ancient techniques. We meet a Nigerian fashion designer who is inspired by collaborations with global artists. Then head to South Africa to see how a leather crafter is stitching together a new future for himself and his business. Across Africa, a new generation is finding ways to honor their past. Let's see how Sarah Legrand transforms traditional Rwanda motifs into contemporary jewelry designs.
What do US star rapper Kendrick Lamar, actress Eliana Umuhire, and Angolan supermodel Maria Borges have in common? They all appreciate the jewellery of Sarah Legrand. Let's check out how this Rwandan is redefining the jewellery world.
I didn't expect that this would happen, and the collaboration with Kendrick Lamar is a great recognition for me. It's very motivating and encourages me to continue.
For the designer who makes the stars sparkle, the fusion of African roots with international elegance began as an end in itself.
As a teenager, I realized that there was no jewelry that represented me, or at least in which I could recognize myself, neither in its symbolism nor in what it expressed. That was one of the main reasons why I founded my own brand and decided to dedicate myself to jewelry making.
Born in the Ivory Coast, raised in Congo and Rwanda, Sarah later moved to Belgium. After a brief foray into the modelling world, she studied jewellery design in Brussels to create jewellery that reflected her identity. In 2015, she returned to Rwanda and founded her brand, Katsobe, a tribute to her maternal clan, the Abatsobe. But starting out in Rwanda was anything but easy.
When I came back, some people, even close friends, were skeptical of the idea of creating a jewelry brand. They said things like, "People here don't wear jewelry? What an idea." I think that's because Rwandans are culturally rather reserved and hardly ever wear gold.
This restraint has since disappeared, and today Sarah's creations are attracting attention worldwide. Her pieces can even be found in museums, including London's renowned Victoria and Albert Museum. Now Sarah has chosen her next playing field with the Rwandan skater brand Fragile, or Fra for short. The idea is for an exclusive jewellery collection that combines the Fra street style with Sarah's unique signature.
So I like this idea. My friends wear her pieces, but not just my friends too, like really like prominent people who come here wear her pieces. I think bridging that gap between also just what's here, what's local, what's in our everyday environment, and then what the whole world can kind of interact with that thing and kind of rock with it. I think that's pretty cool.
In the Katsobe studio in the heart of Kigali, Sarah shapes the design in wax for the new Fra ring, a technique that creates delicate and unique jewellery. She learned this many thousand-year-old technique in Belgium. In Rwanda, it wasn't used.
For me, returning to Rwanda was something natural. I had a deep desire to return and contribute by bringing in something new, this know-how that was not originally from Rwanda.
While the metal is being melted, Sarah embeds the finished wax piece model in a casting frame filled with special sand. This creates a hollow mould into which the liquid metal is poured later on. The designer places great emphasis on sustainable production. She consciously avoids diamonds. Instead, she uses local stones such as lava and amethyst to reflect Rwanda's volcanic landscape in her pieces.
It worked.
The piece then goes to a team of female employees who carry out various processing steps.
It was important to me to promote women. In particular, I also want to pass on this craft to women. After all, it's a sector that is still dominated by men.
Days later, at the other end of downtown Kigali, the photo shoot for the streetwear label Fra is underway. The ring is finally finished. inspired by skateboards and the horns of the Ankole cattle, which play a strong symbolic role in Rwandan culture. Tradition meets contemporary spirit.
What interests me about this collaboration is to demonstrate accessibility to everyone, especially to women, so that anyone can relate to it.
Even opposites like jewellery and skateboards harmonise, as Sarah shows. Her next goal is to make customers in Europe and the USA sparkle like stars.
Onikon House was built in the 1930s but has recently been fully restored and is home to tour agency Loving Lagos. Makes perfect sense as the venue is an artistic hub where history and modern craftsmanship intersect. I'm with Mr. Akinlawod Adams, who is going to tell us more.
We're telling stories about the history and culture of Lagos. So it's important for it to be somewhere where people can also connect with, the history and culture of Lagos. So it was this that actually inspired the business.
What other unique artifacts can we find here?
Oh, there are lots of, starting off, there was only so much we knew. We did researches, we collaborated, we went to the academic institutions as well. But at the back of all of that, the idea is to tell the story of Lagos. Specific focus on young Nigerians. As we know, they're doing amazing things now, creative space.
Absolutely.
Your wonderful self as well. It's important that you know that we're able to share the history so they can run with that. They can make things out of that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Akinlawod Adams. We will be catching up with you in just a bit.
Thank you.
We're staying in Lagos for our next story. Let's meet fashion designer Peter Taylor, who uses traditional techniques and textiles in creating his fabulous fashion.
How can traditional craftsmanship provide an income for future generations?
At Peter Taylor, we reflect that in the clothes that we make to then, highlight, the individuality of anyone who comes to wear our clothes, and then foster the idea of, transcultural, conversation, and then inspire cultural dialogue and exchange.
Let's find out how and with what Peter Acha appeals to people who are looking for a meaningful, authentic style.
We're exploring the human journey of transformation and growth, and that is why I think that our products would appeal to, so many people, both young and old, because it helps you to express your authentic self in the way that you style yourself.
Here in the studio of designer Peter Acha in Lagos, stories are made with style. He is the creative mind behind Peter Taylor. By blending traditional Adire techniques into modern fashion, Peter preserves heritage through style. But why is sustainability at the core of his design philosophy?
We wouldn't have it any other way. So if we're talking about authenticity, we have to think about the idea of sustainability, how we've been living before now. Growing up, my mother would take us to Katangwa, we would shop from Katangwa, and then when these clothes are being given to us, we are warned to take care of it so that we can pass it on to the next person or to our brother, because of how Nigeria is known for. We don't have a lot of things. It is important that we extend, the usage of it. Here are three colors. We have the army green, indigo, and turquoise. Firstly, I need to water the fabric. And what this does is to allow it to soak so that it can accept the dye.
For Peter, fashion is about using style to connect people and preserve the essence of culture. But why does he dedicate himself so deeply to this cause?
This is how this Savannah Bumpy dress is made. Our practices is centered around cultural preservation in the way that we create our styles, from hand dyeing and embroidery. If you look at it, these things are age-long skill. So we want to retain it. That's why it's important to us. I'm going to be teaching Chidera how to make an embroidery. You anchor it, like that.
It's not just about preserving tradition, it's about passing it on. Through mentorship and hands-on training, he's equipping young people with the skills to build something lasting. Because true craftsmanship isn't just sustainable, it creates futures.
I think it will benefit the future generation in
preserving our, traditional heritage. It is more important to teach the young generation, so to, push it further.
But why is he focusing on Nigerian heritage?
I have this experience with my dad. I traveled, to my hometown for the first time, and I saw this young man erecting a home for himself. When it was done, he decided to, paint some symbols on it, and that struck me. With just that experience in itself, I felt like, if I could create a brand to sort of express, our identity from the core, just by the way it's styled, just by the way it's worn.
Preserving traditional techniques is vital for safeguarding cultural heritage. However, Peter focuses on adapting these crafts to the modern era rather than keeping them bound to the past. So, what led him to work with traditional methods and textiles in the first place?
It is important to our brand to preserve traditional craftsmanship, because if you look at the Japanese culture, you see that there's a practice of sashiko. Sashiko is a way of beautifying the clothes that are worn out, that you wanted to prolong,
Peter is creating handcrafted pieces rooted in cultural stories that inspire. But what drives this dedication to blending tradition with modern exploration?
Be my interest to view the world through my own lens. I wanted to, project the world from how I see it. So that is why our brand's narrative is centered around an urban traveler who seeks to, take on the world and embrace the world and take on various journeys across the world to effect cultural dialogue and exchange. So I'm currently working on a new project titled Different Shades of Brown. So I wanted to speak to the different colors of our skin as it relates to the Western world. The idea of, black and white, Asians. I just wanted to, highlight the importance of how we are connected to each other and how we are not different from ourselves.
With every piece that Peter Acha designs, he proves that style can tell stories, bridge divides, and inspire a better future.
We're still here with Mr. Akinlawan Adams from Loving Lagos, and we're in an incredible neighborhood. It would be remiss not to explore. Now, in 2019, Onikon Lagos was voted the third coolest neighborhood in the world. What would you attribute that to?
Well, I was excited when I heard that news as well. It's a creative hub. We've got a lot of historical places around. You've got the National Museum. You have a Yoruba Tennis Club, they have art galleries, you have dance studios, quite a number of places. You have the TBS, Tafawa Balewa Square, which that's where the Nigerian history started from.
Yeah.
So a very rich history the neighborhood has, and so many creative spaces as well.
I love that. Thank you so much for your time and taking me around this beautiful, wonderful neighborhood.
Thank you.